pipelines decay. And the moment you stop filling the top, the bottom starts collapsing. Financial freedom doesn't come from one big deal. It comes from consistency, from showing up on days when rejection is heavy, energy is low, and excuses feel justified, and prospecting anyway. Let me be clear about something most people misunderstand. Prospecting doesn't get easier. You get tougher. So, you get more emotionally resilient. You stop taking a no personally. You stop tying your self-worth to outcomes. And that emotional separation is what allows high performers to out-earn everyone else. Rejection is not a verdict. It's a statistic. Fanatical prospectors know their numbers. They know that every no is simply movement toward the next yes. They don't debate whether to make the call. They debate how many calls they can make before the clock runs out. And here's where financial principles come into play. Wealth is not built by comfort. It's built by doing what others avoid long enough until opportunity compounds. The same way investors understand delayed gratification, elite sales professionals understand delayed reward. You don't prospect because it feels good. You prospect because it gives you leverage, control, predictability, and leverage is the foundation of freedom. When your pipeline is full, you negotiate better. You walk away easier. You choose clients instead of begging for them. When your pipeline is empty, you compromise, you discount, you tolerate disrespect. Scarcity shrinks standards. Fanatical prospecting is not about desperation. It's about dominance through preparation. I learned early that sales is one of the last true merit-based professions left. It doesn't care about your background. It doesn't care about your degree. It doesn't care about excuses. It pays in direct proportion to your willingness to do the work others won't. And that's why sales is a gateway to financial independence for people who are willing to embrace discomfort. You don't need permission to prospect. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need to feel ready. You need to move because momentum forgives imperfection. Waiting does not. If you want stability, you must prospect when you don't need to. If you want freedom, you must prospect when it's inconvenient. If you want wealth, you must prospect when others are making excuses. That is the difference between people who hope and people who win. And this is only the beginning. Now let me take you deeper, because if part 1 was about movement, part 2 is about mindset under fire. This is where most people break. Not because they don't know what to do, but because they don't know how to think when the work gets hard. Prospecting is not a skill problem. It's an emotional problem. I've trained tens of thousands of sales professionals across every industry you can imagine, and the pattern is always the same. People don't fail at prospecting because they lack scripts, tools, or